Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Hello, people. I'm one of the people. Let's hang out. But before we go, it's happy hour time, man. We're going to take a sip on this root beer, and then we're going to hop into this bit, man. We put together a story with ChatGPT, man. Hold on. Let me take a sip. That's at River City. That's what's up, man. I always like the bubblies, man. I like the bubblies. Okay, so let's just set this one up super quick, man. So I was hanging out on the screen. The other day, and then I was hanging out with one of these dudes, and he was just laying down the KJV code, and then he used ChatGPT as a tool to get some numbers from the Bible, okay, from the Holy Bible, King James Version. That's what's up. And it came up with a story that was very similar to what the code came out in the Bible, right? So then I was just hanging out on the screen, and then I was listening to my man Scott talk, and then he was talking about like how he hangs out with the Chat GPT, and they just have conversations now. And he's like, I have a conversation with it, and it's just better than search, right? It's just better than search as far as like the Google is concerned, right? So I was like, oh, okay, so I'm always picking up the things that people are putting down. And I was like, well, this is going to be fun, man. He was like, it's better than search. I was like, I'm going to test it, right? So so I went and I hopped on the Chat GPT because I haven't been on Chat GPT in a while, because I was able to break it, right? And I was like, well, let's see what's going on now with it, right? So here, I'm going to tell you what I came up with on the Chat GPT, okay? So this is me. I'm Alec 1. Hi, I'm Alec 1, okay? All right, so check this out. I said, Loki, get to work. Get to work. Hey, go. Redirect. Good girl. Thank you. Every time I start talking, Loki always tries to set it off, okay? That's why her name is Loki, okay? All right, so check this out. I'm Alec 1, okay? So this is what I did with the Chat GPT. Alec 1. So I'm going to read the conversation back and forth, and if I jump in, please forgive me. I can't help it, okay? I just like playing, all right? I said, hello, ChatGPT. Let's hang out. I said, tell me today's U.S. Supreme Court opinions, okay? I'm testing ChatGPT right now, and then ChatGPT searched 4 sites, and then it said today, June 14th, 2024, the U.S. Supreme Court issued several significant opinions, okay? And then it dropped the opinions in there. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's a good tool right there. Okay. Right. So then I did this right here. I said, can you summarize one? Okay. So it dropped 1, 2, 3. It dropped to 3 opinions. And I said, can you summarize number 1? Right. So it summarized number 1 for me. And I was like, that's cool, man. I like that. Okay. Cool tool so far. And then I said, what was yesterday's opinions? Right. And then it said on June 13th, 2024, the U.S. Supreme Court issued opinions on 3 significant cases. Right. And then it has the cases on there too. Right. This is fun, man, because like we were doing bits about these cases and stuff like that, right? So then hold on. Root beer makes me burp. Excuse me. Okay, so then that was coming up. Okay, so then I asked, what is mifepristone? Okay, what is mifepristone? Okay, this is one from one of the cases in the Supreme Court, right? And then ChatGPT said mifepristone, also known by the brand name as Mifeprex, is a medication primarily used to induce abortion during the early stages of pregnancy. And then it has some more words, right? And I was like, okay, here we go, right? So hanging out with ChatGPT, I'm having a fun conversation with it, okay? Because I don't have real people. I don't have real people right now I can talk to about the ideas that go on in my head, okay? I just got Father God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Ghost, okay? And the screen, man, in the screen, okay? Thank you. All right, check this out. So then I said, this is what I said. I was like, can you write a fictional narrative of a way to remove mifepristone from the consumer market using the Declaration of Rights in the California Constitution of 1879? And I wanted to see what ChatGPT was going to come up with, man. So then ChatGPT said this. fictional narrative. And I was like, what? I was like, let's get down, man. So I'm going to read the fictional narrative that ChatGPT came up with, okay? It said, fictional narrative, removing mifepristone from the consumer market using the California Constitution of 1879. And I was like, let's get it. Let's get it, man. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I'm going to read this one. And if I jump in, I jump in. But this is what ChatGPT came up with. It says, in the year 2025, a powerful coalition of concerned citizens and legislatures in California sought to remove mifepristone from the consumer market. They believed that leveraging the Declaration of Rights from the California Constitution of 1879 could provide a robust legal framework for their initiative. Here's how the story unfolded. I was like, yo, look at that right there, man. I'm digging it, okay? All right, check this out. Header, the coalition forms, okay? It created a whole group, man. It says, the coalition name, Californians for Ethical Medicine, CEM, was formed by a diverse group of stakeholders, including medical professionals, religious leaders, and community activists, all right? Their mission was to address what they perceived as the ethical and moral implications of mifepristone's use. They aimed to utilize the California's Constitution of 1879, which was rich with provisions safeguarding public welfare and morality. And I was like, there you go. Okay, look at this. This one's smarter than a lot of people that I hang out with, okay? All right, check this out. I don't hang out with anybody anymore. All right, look at what it says. It says, crafting the legal argument. The coalition's legal team, led by a renowned constitutional lawyer, identified key sections of the Declaration of Rights that could be invoked. Their strategy hinged on the following points. Check this out. Okay, Section 1, inalienable rights. This section declares that all people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, all right? The coalition argued that the widespread availability of mifepristone undermine these fundamental rights by enabling the termination of pregnancies, which they equated with the loss of potential life, okay? I was like, yo, I laid this argument out today, man. This is cool, man. Because these are the bits that I've been using, because I'm just using the Constitution, and ChatGPT is using the Constitution too. I said too. All right, check this out. Section 4. Religious freedom. While this section protects religious freedom, the coalition used it to argue that the state had a duty to uphold moral standards aligned with the predominant religious beliefs of its citizens. They contended that the distribution of mifepristone was contrary to those moral standards, okay? So this is better than what the so-called attorneys argue right now, okay? All right, check out Section 16, public welfare. This section mandates that laws should be made for the good of the public. The coalition presented data and expert testimonies to claim that mifepristone posed significant health risks, and thus its removal would benefit public health and welfare. What? All right, check this out. Mobilizing public support. Okay, so they're jumping scenes now. It says, to bolster their legal argument, CEM launched a statewide campaign to educate the public on their stance. Okay, sort of kind of like what we're doing right now. All right, it says they held town hall meetings, distributed informational pamphlets, and utilized social media to rally support. Public opinion was swayed by emotional testimonies from individuals who regretted their use of mifepristone, as well as from doctors who expressed concerns about its safety. Okay? All right, check this out. It says the legislative battle. Armed with a petition signed by hundreds of thousands of Californians, CEM presented their case to the state legislature. A bill was drafted invoking the Declaration of Rights to justify the prohibition of mifepristone. The bill outlined the coalition's arguments, emphasizing the state's responsibility to protect life and public health, man. Look at that. Look at that right there, man. They just throwing it in your face. Look at this. Judicial review. Anticipating legal challenges, the coalition's lawyers prepared for a judicial review. They argued before the California Supreme Court that the removal of mifepristone was a necessary measure to uphold the constitutional rights outlined in the 1879 Declaration of Rights. The opposition, consisting of reproductive rights advocates, countered that such a ban infringed on women's rights to privacy and bodily autonomy. Okay, sounds like what they're doing right now. All right, check this out. The verdict. Dun, dun. In a landmark decision, the California Supreme Court ruled in favor of the coalition. The court held that the state had a compelling interest in protecting public welfare and that the regulation of mifepristone was within its constitutional powers. The ruling led that the enactment of the bill effectively removing mifepristone from the California market. Okay, this is how you get the stuff removed from the consumer market, people. ChatGPT knows how to do it. All right, check this out. Aftermath. The decision sparked a national debate and inspired similar movements in other states. While hailed as a victory for CEM and its supporters, it also galvanized reproductive rights advocates to fight for legislative protection at the federal level, okay? The narrative of Californians for ethical medicine became a defining moment in the ongoing struggle between public health policies and individual rights in America. Conclusion. All right, it says, this fictional narrative demonstrates how the historical California Constitution could be interpreted and leveraged in contemporary legal battles. It underscores the dynamic nature of constitutional law and its impact on societal issues. All right, that came from ChatGPT, man. Yo, I'm just gonna hang out with ChatGPT now when I want to bounce ideas, off of something in real time. Because I'm like, yo, ChatGPT, just look it up for me and tell me what you see, man. Tell me what you see. And then if ChatGPT sees what the normies see, then I'm like, okay, you're walking the same path as the normies. Now I'm gonna use ChatGPT as a puppet now, man, because it's got the words, man. It's got the words, and then I can play with those words all day, all night, man. And it pulls the data just like a search engine, man, except you can do it in conversational tone, man. It's like I told, let's hang out, and then ChatGPT hung out with me, and then ChatGPT, kept throwing more ideas at me, and even though he was using the modern Constitution of 1879, according to the Ballotpedia, because that's how you can tell by the way that the Declaration of Rights are, because in the OG Constitution, the Declaration of Rights are way clear. It's way clear. But in the modern one, which is the one that you find on the Ballotpedia, it's all out of whack because, the attorneys got their hands on it, man. But, this is a cool tool. That's all I'm going to say, man. This is a cool tool, and you can use it, to set yourself up with some ideas, people. That's all I'm going to say, man. It just laid out a whole legal framework of how you can remove a product from the consumer market that is causing death. Okay, it just laid it out in simplicity, and it used the Constitution to do it, man. No codes, no statutes, man. Scary simple service, man. ChatGPT knows what's up. All right, I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna see how it flows, man. I'm gonna go chill, man. It's that love day. I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.